I am done with the Democratic Party. You guys are psychotic. I've been a Democrat my entire life. I'm 43 years old, and I've never been more humiliated and embarrassed to be part of something. You guys are the most racist, hateful, bigoted, nasty group of people I've ever had to commingle with. And it's not all, just to be clear, but it's a majority of you guys. The left has lost their minds. What I've witnessed over the last 72 hours has been an absolute disgrace. Disgrace. You guys want to sit here, you want to abort babies at 9 months, you want to leave the borders wide open. New York City is an absolute disgrace. You have no idea what's going on in Manhattan. It's disgusting. Disgusting. It's not even livable anymore. I can't wait to get out of here. We have people that are getting set on fire in New York City subways, not once, but twice. The stores are being looted. People are being pushed in front of the trains. The streets are filled with piss and weed. And I swear to God, I hope New York City single-handedly flips the entire New York State red. Because I am done. I am done.
I am seeing more and more videos in my algorithm, not even from people sending it to me in my email, but from people just posting it. And it's starting to be a movement of people that's saying that they done with the Democratic Party, and they saying that, you know what, I'm not feeling it anymore. You guys have showed me your true colors. When major events happen, like Charlie Kirk passed away or something like that, you show how evil and how racist you are. And it's the truth. It's the absolute truth. What I have been seeing is probably some of the craziest stuff that I've ever seen in my entire life. And you can usually tell when they get angry at the fact that the same thing that they did to somebody else, that is the thing that is being reciprocated to them. So the energy that they put out there is now coming back to them, and they're pissed at it, right? We've seen a lot of people get canceled during the pandemic that was on the right. Or I remember when Don Lemon, I recently ran into a video where Don Lemon was on CNN celebrating the fact that Trump was being deplatformed from all social media sites. And now they're talking about, what is freedom of speech? What is censorship? Why are you guys having this type of conversation? And so it's good for everybody else, but it's not good for them. They go against their morals. They go against their principles. What they're supposed to believe in, tolerance, is the thing that they then celebrate when somebody else passes away. All of these cities are under duress, and when you finally get somebody that tries to clean it up, even against their will, then they complain about it, and they want the crime, they want the corruption, they want the killing, they want the money so that they can continue to do what they've been doing, and it's not working, and nobody is going for it anymore. People are running away from the Democrat Party, and they are starting to have their eyes opened. And unfortunately, some certain events are happening that's then causing them to have their eyes open. But nonetheless, whenever people wake up, they never, ever go back to the Democrat Party. It is a reason why most people, as they age and become wiser, usually falls away from the Democrat Party and they become conservatives and Republicans, and it's not the other way around. The Democrat Party largely depends on new people, new voters, new immigrants, people that then converted over from being illegal to being legal to have some kind of lifelong dedication to them. Even during the election cycle, I seen people that were here legally mad at people that were here illegally because they didn't do it the right way. And so people are waking up. People are waking up. They're realizing, for example, the alphabet community, that we don't necessarily have to agree because my conservative values tell me that it's no, but I respect your right to be able to live your life the way that you want to live your life. We're not removing your rights. We actually uphold the Constitution. We actually uphold the republic by which we're governed, because we're governed by the Constitution. That's the framework that allows for us to be able to have free speech. Now, free speech doesn't necessarily mean freedom from consequences, and some of y'all are learning that when it comes to your jobs. However, the point that I'm making is that the left is the intolerant side. They are the ones that are angry. They are the ones that are evil. They are the ones that celebrate when somebody dies or passes away. You don't see that happening on the right. And I don't believe in extremes on either side, but it's so prevalent and it's so apparent. And so you got to be careful on who it is that you follow, because sometimes they will lead you to your demise.
Entire New York State red, because I am done. I am done.
I wanted Bernie Sanders to be president, but when Bernie Sanders was not nominated to be the president-elect, I accepted the fact that Hillary Clinton was going to be president. I was really sure about it, and I was so excited that Hillary Clinton was going to be president. And then when Trump won, I thought the country was over. I cried my eyes out. I thought women were losing their rights, and this country was being overtaken by white supremacists. When Black Lives Matter was happening, I fought ferociously for Black Lives Matter, and anyone in my life who did not stand for Black Lives Matter and did not make it a huge part of their identity, I thought they were a racist, neo-Nazi piece of white supremacist shit, and I wanted nothing to do with them. I let people go in my life because they didn't stand for Black Lives Matter. When COVID was happening, I thought anyone who did not get vaccinated, who did not wear a mask, who did not do the things that the CDC said, was a monster. And they hated everyone, and they did not care about anyone but themselves, and they wanted all the vulnerable and the sick to die, and they were selfish pieces of shit.
It's crazy how when you look back at your life and you try to make sense of some of the decisions that you was making, and you realize how wrong you are, it kind of hurts your heart, and you kind of start looking at the people around you funny. And it's like, you knew better. Why would you why would you sell me on this? Why would you push this on me? Now, we all have responsibility and ownership, so when you know better, you're supposed to do better. But you just kind of like get upset at the fact that things went the way that it went, and it wasn't supposed to go that way because we should have known better. We should have been taught better.
I did not want Trump to win this presidency. I did not think that was a good choice for our country. I'm not going to get into that right now. But my point with all of this is saying I was once left. I was once a liberal, and all the liberals in my comments yelling at me and screaming at me, I understand. I was once one of you. I once treated people the exact same way that you're treating me, and I know why you're doing it, because you feel like anyone who disagrees with you is completely wrong and they're a monster, and how could they not be left-leaning? And, I get it. I was one of you. I do understand. So I sympathize with all of these people who are in my comments calling me the most heinous things in the entire world, because I was once one of you. I once did the same things, and there's no reasoning with these people. There's nothing you can do to change their mind. They have to just, wake up themselves and realize they've been manipulated, they've been brainwashed. And
that's the realest junk that I done heard somebody say. And that's why I say a lot of times God is to be revealed. It is not something that you can convince somebody that they got to do. Waking somebody up and whatever, it don't work that way. It don't work. When somebody's heart is hardened, I believe that's one of the reasons why that scripture, and it talks about Pharaoh and Moses and all of that, and it said that his heart was hardened. It's nothing that you can do about that. That has to be something that God reveals to them, and then when they then convert, or when they're ready, hopefully you are revealing to them the difference between the devil and what's right.
And when they do, they'll finally have their oh shit moment and realize what they've been doing for years and years and years. But there's nothing you can say or do to help these people. And I'm saying this as someone who was once one of them. And if any of them come in my comments spewing bullshit, nonsense, garbage, I press the block button. I don't have time. I'm not here to educate you, and I cannot wake up somebody who doesn't want to be woken up. You're still asleep, and when you wake up, you'll realize, oh, fuck, you've been a...
But you know what? The problem is that some of them never wakes up. And by the time that they do wake up, if they do wake up, sometimes they've been spewing such hate and nonsense and propaganda for so long. They've affected and hurt so many other people that by the time they wake up and they have an epiphany, people start attacking them, similar to what she was just saying about how people were coming at her now that she's woke, because they just can't see. They don't understand it. They're not trying to figure out why you did it. They don't ask you any questions. They just go at you. And so that's why we call them the intolerant left. They are raging liberals because they don't have any kind of compassion, sympathy, or anything for anybody. And the only time that you are cool is if you are a part of their clique until you grow up and you become an adult. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. T. Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.